Matt, do you have an air fryer?
I have 2 of them, actually.
You have 2 air fryers.
Yeah.
I have managed to strategically avoid getting an air fryer for years, despite every single Christmas, birthday, or whatever. Either my mum, my grandparents, Em's parents, who are going, "You guys have an air fryer?" We've managed to strategically avoid it because, well, we don't have room for it first, but also we don't see the point.
Yeah.
I don't see the point for it. It feels a little bit like a fad to us, kind of like, the George Foreman lean, mean, fat reducing grilling machine. That kind of thing.
You don't want a George Foreman grill?
No, weirdly. I also don't want like a soda stream to make like the soda at home and stuff,
You don't want mayonnaise soda, come on.
No, but it kind of feels like that to us, right?
It does, 100%.
But I will admit, it's clearly sticking around because it's been here for a while now, and people are coming up with these really creative ways of making food in air fryers, which brings us to today.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So strap in, buckle up, and let's see how this lovely person has created their meal in an air fryer. There we go.
Ground beef into the air fryer.
Ground beef straight in there. Raw.
That's
Now, I'm no expert with air fryers, but I don't think you're meant to do that. Are you?
Yes, I think you can fully cook.
You can?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, milk in the air fryer. That
You mean like this?
Milk.
Yeah.
You mean this milk, and then an egg.
In there, I think there's supposed to be like a little thing at the bottom to let the air circulate.
I thought you were meant to like grease it or whatever, or like make it oil it or whatever. But just off of that, we've got minced beef, milk, and an egg. What do you think they're making? An eggy. What are they making? What are they making in their air fryer?
Some kind of like meatloaf?
Oh, maybe.
Farm fresh egg. Add some chopped up onions.
Okay.
Now we want to make this nice and saucy, so add some ketchup.
My favourite choice of sauces is ketchup, obviously. Whenever I'm making something, I've got all these wonderful ingredients, got all these seasonings, like fresh ingredients. I reach straight for the Heinz, don't you?
I want to ask your opinion about Heinz, actually. So,
Go on.
when you buy Heinz brand beans, do you think it tastes like Heinz ketchup?
It probably does, but like I will say Heinz baked beans are the best baked beans. Like there's no competition. Like you can buy the store brand ones or the cheap brand ones, but normally I'm like someone who will be there going like, no, you can buy like the cheaper version, but for baked beans it's got to be Heinz. Like it just does.
The reason why I bring this up is seeing the Heinz ketchup. And I made this mistake too. Before I went to the UK and I got to try Heinz beans for the first time, because the only place you can buy them here is like ethnic stores, or if you go to, you can get them online, but you don't find them in just like your Walmarts and whatnot.
Right.
I thought it would taste like SpaghettiOs or something. It'd be a very, very strong, like ketchup-y or tomato-y.
Right.
No. Heinz beans are delicious. Americans need to have more Heinz beans.
Amazing. We get so much fun made of us for having beans on toast, but it's one of the best comfort foods.
No, those beans are incredible.
Mm-hmm.
I literally bought 2
really
cans
good.
of them the other day just so I could put them on potatoes because I had it when I was in the UK and it was amazing.
They're really, really good. But I don't think I'd put them on whatever that is.
This is striking me as a meatloaf, and I'm going to be surprised if it's not, because I'm pretty sure you use ketchup in meatloaf.
So I don't think I've ever eaten meatloaf. It doesn't, unless British people watching, correct me if I'm wrong, it's not a British meal. Like, we don't really eat meatloaf.
It's what it sounds like. It's a loaf of meat. It's basically a giant hamburger.
Yeah. Oh, well let's see,
Sliced
shall we?
like bread.
Yes, just how nature intended.
Apparently, this is the secret ingredient: some Dijon mustard.
Dijon mustard. Oh wait, hang on. Is that Worcestershire sauce? How is she gonna butcher this one? Hang on, let me listen.
No one ever can taste this, but it's the Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire sauce.
I love Americans. Worcestershire sauce is from Worcestershire in England. It's Worcestershire sauce.
So there is a town in Massachusetts spelled the exact same way, but they call it Worcester.
Yeah, it's Worcester in Worcestershire.
It's the only pronunciation of that type that you will find in America, I want to say. Because almost everyone else, we don't say it like she did. I say Worcester sauce.
Do you remember when we watched that lovely video of the woman definitely not getting drunk making a pie? And she called it Merlot. Like,
I call it Merlot now because of that.
That's what you guys are doing by calling it Worcestershire sauce. You're doing the exact same thing. It's Worcestershire. It's not even hard to say. Worcestershire.
You might as well just call it steak sauce or barbecue sauce because it's just got a smoky barbecue flavor.
It's neither, but okay, continuing.
Spoon in some minced garlic. Go in with a couple shakes of breadcrumbs.
How many shakes is that? Okay, so she put breadcrumbs in. And she's pointing at meatloaf pan de viande. Pan de viande.
Pan de Vandy.
Pan de Vandy. Sure, let's butcher words too. Pan de Vandy.
Just find one of these. It says meatloaf right on it. Can't mess it up.
Oh, you don't feel brave enough to say the rest of that line? Okay.
No, but it looks like she's going in for a swig.
Yeah.
It literally smells like a meatloaf. And
The meatloaf powder smells like meatloaf. Would you have guessed?
Well, it doesn't smell like Pan de Vandy.
Just picks up a loaf of bread. Smells like bloody bread!
Suck it blue.
Tout de la fruit. A specific group of you have gotten that joke.
My French was good? It was great.
Merci, au revoir.
Yeah, tout de la fruit.
Anyway, pouring in the smelling meatloaf seasoning.
This is going to have all of the necessary seasonings in it. Grab some of
It's going to have the bare minimum of seasonings in it, let's be honest.
Bare minimum of seasonings, but at least we got the gloves. That's the important part. We always gotta have gloves.
The gloves are now on. We're safe from all the dirt, all the germs and bacteria. We're good. We're good. We're good.
these. And we're just going to go right inside and start mushing this all together.
I feel like you could have done this out of the air fryer.
Dude, I was just thinking of that. Don't they make mixing bowls for that?
And the thing is, it's not like she is against spending money on other things, because she's bought gloves that she'll throw away specifically after she's done this.
My logic is, make it in a mixing bowl, because then when you scrape it out and plop it in, the only thing that is on the Instant Pot, or not Instant Pot, it looks like an Instant Pot, the only thing that's on the air fryer is what you've mixed. If you stir it in the bowl, you're going to have it like smeared all over the side. That's going to burn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Can I also just take a moment? I know we've talked about the gloves before, but the gloves to me are... If I see someone cooking at home wearing those gloves, I think you've got too much money. You've got too much. You've got enough. You've got wasting money, because that's what you're wasting money. Just wash your hands.
I mean, you are wasting money. How much do you think a box of gloves is?
I don't know. Your eggs are extremely expensive at the minute. I know gloves probably cost the same as the NASA space shuttle.
Surprisingly not. I've got 2 boxes of gloves out in the shop, but I use it when I'm, staining wood or painting or something.
You mean for its required usage? Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
But,
exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
They're like a couple bucks a box. There's like
Do you know what's cheaper
50
than
to
that?
100 in there.
Do you know what's cheaper than that? Water.
Soap and water.
I'm sorry. To me, it's just wasteful.
All I do
also-
is I just take my ring off and then just wash my hands after.
Also, to me, it's just like, that I'm looking at that going like, yes, the sea turtle is waiting for it. Like, It's just one of those. It's like it's such a pointless thing. I was talking to Emma about this before. Like, do you remember in like the 90s where, and it was in the 80s, but we weren't alive then. In the 90s when people had more money than they knew what to do with, and so you had all this useless rubbish just appearing, right? All this useless stuff, all the little storage things, all the stupid little devices, you know, the George Foreman, the soda stream, the popcorn machine in your house, like all those random things you don't need.
They made solutions for problems that didn't need solving.
They took something that was a minor inconvenience and made it a slightly less, slightly smaller inconvenience. Capitalism at its finest. That's what that screams to me. That's what that screams to me.
Yeah, I can agree to that.
But anyway, she's mushing it.
It's going to be incredible. Form this so that it...
Did she actually break the yolk on that egg?
Not in that she didn't. I mean, when she picked it up, I bet it broke a little bit, but there's no way that egg is mixed into that.
No.
At least looks like a meatloaf. Of course it needs a little crust, so let's just sprinkle on a light dusting of breadcrumbs. We're going to do a little bit of barbecue sauce.
Is that normal?
Was that barbecue sauce? I thought that was more ketchup.
I thought it was ketchup. There's also got mustard here as well.
A little drizzle of yellow mustard.
Okay.
The ketchup bit, yes, that's normal for most meatloafs. They're ketchup-based sauces.
So is it literally just a log of beef with onion?
Yeah, you remember us making fun of that meat log the other day? Yeah, that's a meatloaf.
Oh.
What? The meat log itself wasn't a meatloaf, but a meatloaf is a log of meat.
I'm just
Usually it's in like a bread pan.
I'm processing the criticism that the British get for their food, and I'm looking at this.
You know, so am I. I heard nothing about... I heard nothing. I heard everything about how British food is terrible. No, it wasn't. It was amazing. I want to go back.
It's great.
Haggis is a
It's
flex,
great.
but I mean, yeah, that's Scottish, I know, but haggis
we have like the UK has this weird combination of tavern food, is what I've heard Americans call it, right? Which is basically just comfort food that's made at home, right? That's just like your Sunday roast, your shepherd's pie, all that kind of stuff. And it's called tavern food because stereotypically, where were the taverns? Oh, in England during medieval times. But you know, then the other thing is like we've taken other people's food and we've made it British. You know, like we're talking like your chicken tikka masala, your jalfrezi, all that sort of thing. Like we just take them and we go, yeah, we're gonna make that palatable to us. You know,
like I think every society or every nationality has their foods that are just outlandish and you never want to try them. But
oh yeah.
American foods are 9 times out of 10 pretty janky. Like there's something. And I'll admit it. I 100% know it. Meatloaf is one of them. It's
well, you know what? We're criticizing too early. Maybe her meatloaf is going to be delicious. Let's have a look.
That is going to keep all the breadcrumbs down and they won't fly away. Slide.
Where are they going to fly? It's contained.
You know how an air fryer works?
Oh, is it blast air?
It
fry.
blasts hot air, yeah.
Okay.
It does get windy in there.
My criticism. I retract.
Air tray in. We've set this to 300 degrees, and we're going to keep it on for 20 minutes, and we're going to have a nice meatloaf to eat. It's been 20 minutes. This thing has...
Is it cooked?
See,
she's about to say it has to be cooked. I'm telling you now, she's about to say it has to be cooked. I don't know how how effective air fryers are at cooking, so I can't weigh in on this.
It was 20 minutes at 300. I don't think that's fully cooked.
Well, let's find out.
has to be ready.
Oh, she's got a thermometer.
Look. Wow. Slide it.
Do you know what? Right. Do you know what? Credit to her.
We're going to keep it on for 20 minutes, and we're going to have a nice meatloaf to eat. It's been 20 minutes.
Credit to her. That meat thermometer is the smartest thing I've seen on any of these food TikToks.
100%.
Anything that we've seen on these food TikToks up until now, that is the smartest thing I've seen.
Go forward a couple seconds until she opens it and shows it for the first time.
Okay.
This thing has to be ready. Let's take a look.
Look at the coloring on that.
It's raw. She's put that
is
back
raw.
in.
Yes.
put it back
when
in.
you go to the next clip, it is well done.
Wow. Slide it
Yes.
over.
Yeah.
It was raw.
It wasn't ready.
I knew it wasn't enough time.
ready. It wasn't ready. She's put it back in. Also, it's fallen to pieces. Look,
Yeah, no, that
half of it's still in the air fryer.
Right onto the cutting board. Let's get a nice big slice and take a look at the
Now it's cooked.
inside of this
Yeah,
meat.
now it's well done. It's
No, now
overdone.
cooked. Yeah. It's almost like it was underdone and she overcompensated.
Yeah.
No one's gonna know you even made this in the air fryer.
No one's going to believe you made it. No, this is true. Okay, time for my favourite part of these videos. Will she eat it?
I'm gonna have
Caveat,
to make some
will
kinda
she
like
swallow it?
little Nicky every time. Just let the meat slide down your throat.
Follow it. Tilt your head back and let the meat slide down your throat hole. Easy. Don't choke.
Will we see her eating it? Or will it go in the mouth and cut?
It's gonna go in the mouth and cut. I'm gonna raise this bet. I think there's gonna be an audible
An unbelievable. Okay. I'm gonna have faith in her. I think she's gonna eat it. Let's see.
Let's see how it tastes. Cheers. Wow.
I mean, it did cut.
There's the cut. It was a wow. It wasn't a it was a wow.
It was still an unbelievable wow, though.
Now that is a good meatloaf.
I mean, she says through gritted teeth, like she's struggling. It's dry, I'd imagine.
Yeah. It looked very dry. Like that has had the life sucked out of it. That spent, 2-3 years in a casket as a briquette.
Name a quicker dinner than this.
Name a quicker dinner: beans on toast.
Ham and cheese sandwich. Grilled cheese.
Toasty, grilled cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I was in the UK running down the street to Greg's.
I gotta be honest. The grilled cheese is probably about the same level of healthiness. Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
That was
dear
a
me.
subpar meatloaf if I've seen one. Meatloafs aren't anything fancy. They really aren't. It's a loaf of meat.
One of my biggest sort of like issues, I suppose, with air fryers is they feel like a more efficient but less satisfying way to make food.
My take on air
I've yet
fryers.
to see something that looks nice. I've yet to see something that looks nice from an air fryer.
They're gimmicky, like you said. My take on air fryers is they're good for reheating stuff. They're not good for cooking stuff. Like if you buy like frozen chicken nuggets, throw them in there. Yes, they'll be super crispy. Like they will be, and it's better than heating up the oven. It's a more convenient oven, but it's less convenient because you can't really cook stuff in it.
Yeah.
Most air fryers have a thing about that big. That's how big both of mine are. Like, you're throwing leftovers in there. That's what we use it for, if we use it. We've got two.
Right.
We've used one twice. It was a cheap one that I got as a gift. We bought an upgraded one thinking it would be better. We've used it 4 times. Not worth it.
I know someone who will remain nameless for their own thing, but like because they may watch this, they don't cook at all. They don't cook at all. Like their idea of dinner is like some toast, that kind of thing. That their oven stores their oven trays. Like it's that level of I don't use my oven. I don't use my oven so much that I actually store all the oven things inside the oven, right? Whereas for me, I would, because I use my oven so much, if I turn it on, I go, oh god, yeah, and I take it out. I've got scalding hot trays I now need to take out, right? Because I've forgotten to take them out. They had an air fryer, and then they liked the air fryer so much that they now have an air fryer oven that sits a foot diagonally away from the oven. It's an oven with extra steps.
It's a mini oven, less space, less capabilities.
I just feel like the meme of like the grayscale with the rain on the oven as the air fryer's over there working. Like,
The sad music.
Yeah, yeah.
It's consumerism. That's what it is. Overconsumption.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I will say one advantage to an air fryer is you can dehydrate fruit in some models, so it beats being a dehydrator because now you have a multi-use device.
I have
Still,
never
it's
dehydrated anything in my life. I don't see the need.
I did once in an oven because I was using it for homemade granola.
Okay. But I mean,
Fruit, so I gave up.
that hers doesn't look nice. It doesn't.
No.
Doesn't look nice. But when do they ever? When do they ever? But what do you guys think? Would you eat it? Do you like air fryers? If so, like, convince me. Convince me why I need an air fryer. Right? Yeah, it won't work, but try. If you have any other videos you'd like us to have a look at, react to, or anything like that, let us know in the comments or in the Discord. There's a link in the description. And as always, if you have liked it, please like it, subscribe. Maybe hit that little notification bell so you get told when there's a new video. And yeah, until then, bye.
Bye.